Imagine holding a book written thousands of years ago, flipping through its fragile pages, and discovering a single sentence that functions exactly like the PIN code to a bank vault containing unlimited resources. This is not a fantasy. This is exactly what happened to a man named Bob Proctor. Before he became a legendary figure in the world of personal development, Bob was earning $4,000 a year, drowning in $6,000 of debt, and working himself to the bone. He was cleaning floors, miserable, and saw absolutely no way out of his situation. Then, a mentor handed him a book and pointed out a specific principle, a rule found in the ancient scriptures, and told him to follow it strictly for 30 days. Bob did not just read it, he became it. And the result? His income skyrocketed to $175,000 in a single year, and eventually he surpassed the $1 million mark. Today, we are going to deconstruct this exact biblical rule.
We are not talking about religion here. We are talking about a universal law that governs the flow of money, just as gravity governs the fall of a stone. If you are tired of counting pennies and ready to understand the physics of abundance, stay right where you are. This might just be the most profitable few minutes of your life. Most people wander through life thinking that money is something you have to chase. We are taught from the moment we enter school that we must trade our time for money. We are told to get good grades, get a safe job, work 40 hours a week, and save 10% of what we earn. And yet, look around you. The people working the hardest, the people sweating in factories, serving tables, or breaking their backs on construction sites, are often the ones with the least amount of money in their bank accounts. Conversely, you see individuals who seem to work with a sense of ease, who spend their time golfing or brainstorming in comfortable offices, and yet millions of dollars flow to them effortlessly. Why is that? Is life unfair? No, the system is perfectly fair, but it operates on laws that most people ignore. Bob Proctor discovered that the secret was hidden in plain sight in the book of Proverbs, chapter 23, verse 7. The scripture says, "For as he thinketh in his heart, so is he." It sounds poetic, perhaps even simple, but do not let the simplicity fool you. This sentence contains the genetic code of your financial destiny. Let us break this down. The scripture does not say, "as a man thinketh in his conscious mind." It says, "in his heart." In the language of the subconscious, the heart represents the emotional mind, the subsoil where the seeds of your reality are planted. You see, you can consciously think, "I want to be rich, I want to be wealthy," all day long. You can paste pictures of Ferraris on your wall. You can scream affirmations in the mirror until your throat is sore. But if deep down in your heart, in that subconscious programming, you feel fear around money, or if you believe that money is scarce, or that rich people are evil, then you will remain broke. It is a mechanical guarantee. Your subconscious mind is like a guidance system on a missile. Once it is programmed with a coordinate, it will find that target no matter what. If your coordinate is set to poverty, you could win the lottery tomorrow, and I guarantee you, within 2 or 3 years, you would lose it all and be right back to where your internal thermostat is set. Bob Proctor realized that to change his bank account, he did not need to work harder cleaning floors. He needed to perform open heart surgery on his own mind. Think about your current relationship with money. When a bill arrives in the mail, what is your immediate physical reaction?
Do you feel a tightening in your chest? Do you feel anxiety? That reaction is your paradigm. A paradigm is a multitude of habits that are fixed in your subconscious mind, and these habits govern all of your behavior. They control how you walk, how you talk, how you handle stress, and yes, how much money you earn. Bob Proctor taught that 95% of the population is being controlled by a poverty paradigm. They are programmed to look at their current bank account and let that number dictate their thoughts. They look at a balance of 0, they feel bad, they think poverty thoughts, and those thoughts lead to actions that create more poverty. It is a vicious loop. The biblical rule breaks this loop. It demands that you ignore the current evidence of your senses. It requires you to operate from the inside out rather than the outside in. You must see the wealth in your mind before you can ever see it in your wallet.
Before we go deeper into the practical application of this 30-day challenge, I have a small request. If you are finding value in this video, if you feel something stirring inside you that says, "Yes, I am ready for more," please click the like button. It is a small gesture for you, but it tells the algorithm that this content is valuable and helps us reach more people who need to hear this message. And if you are committed to changing your paradigm, I want you to subscribe to the channel right now. Join our community of future millionaires. Also, go to the comment section below and write a specific phrase for me. I want you to write, "I am rewriting my paradigm today." Write it down. I am rewriting my paradigm today. This is not just a comment. It is your first declaration to the universe that you are taking control. Do it now and let us continue. Now, let us talk about the science behind this. You might be thinking, this sounds like magic. But modern neuroscience backs up with the ancient mystics thousands of years ago. We have a part of our brain called the reticular activating system, or the RAS. This system acts as a filter for the millions of bits of data that flood your senses every second. If you did not have this filter, your brain would melt down from information overload. The RAS only lets in information that matches your internal beliefs and what you focus on. Have you ever decided to buy a specific model of a car, say a red Tesla, and suddenly you see red Teslas everywhere? Did everyone suddenly buy a red Tesla? No, they were always there. Your RAS just started noticing them because you gave it a new command. When you apply the rule, "As a man thinketh in his heart," you are reprogramming your RAS. When you start to truly believe and feel that you are wealthy, even if your pockets are empty, your brain starts to scan your environment for opportunities to create wealth. You will see business ideas where others see problems. You will meet people who can help you, people you would have walked right past the day before. You literally begin to see a different world because you are looking through a different lens. So, what is the 30-day challenge that Bob Proctor followed? It involves a strict mental diet. For 30 days, you are going to commit to a specific routine that is designed to overwrite your old poverty paradigm. The first step is to write down exactly what you want. Not a vague idea like, "I want more money." You need to be specific. Bob would say, write down the exact amount of money you want to earn and give it a deadline. For example, "I am so happy and grateful now that I am earning $10,000 a month." Writing it in the present tense is crucial. You cannot write, "I will earn," because the subconscious mind only operates in the now. If you say, "I will," the mind keeps it in the future, forever out of reach. Write it on a card. Carry this card in your pocket everywhere you go. This is your new truth. Here is where the work comes in. For the next 30 days, you must read this card every morning as soon as you wake up and every night right before you go to sleep. But reading it is not enough. You must close your eyes and visualize yourself already in possession of that money. You have to involve your emotions. Ask yourself, how does it feel to have that money? Does it feel secure? Does it feel free? Does it feel exciting? Let that feeling wash over your entire body. If you read the card and feel nothing, you are wasting your time. The bridge between the conscious mind and the subconscious mind is emotion. Thought plus emotion equals attraction. If you do this mechanically, nothing will change. You have to become an actor in the movie of your own life. You are playing the role of a wealthy person until the role becomes your reality. Many of you will start this, and 3 days in, you will face a crisis. Your car will break down, or you will get an unexpected bill. This is your old paradigm fighting back. It is trying to pull you back into the comfort zone of worry and fear. This is the critical moment. Most people give up here. They say, "This stuff does not work. Look at my reality." But you must persist. You must look at that bill, refuse to worry, and go back to your card. "I am so happy and grateful now that I have the money." It sounds delusional to the logical mind, but remember, the logical mind is what got you into debt in the first place. Logic will not make you rich. Imagination will. Einstein said, "Imagination is more important than knowledge." You are using your imagination to build a new prototype for your life. Bob Proctor often told the story of how he listened to recordings of Earl Nightingale every single day for years. He did not just listen once, he let the message seep into his bones. Repetition is the first law of learning. You cannot rewrite 30 or 40 years of poverty programming in 2 minutes. It takes constant, spaced repetition. That is why the challenge is 30 days. It takes roughly this amount of time to form a new neural pathway in the brain. During these 30 days, you must also eliminate all contrary inputs. Stop watching the news. The news is designed to sell fear. If you fill your mind with stories of recession, inflation, and disaster, you are poisoning your own well. Stop talking to friends who constantly complain about how hard life is. You become the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. If your friends are broke and negative, you need to love them from a distance for the next 30 days. You need to protect your mind like a fortress. Let us address a major fear that blocks people, the fear that wanting money is wrong. Many of us were raised with the idea that money is the root of all evil. This is a misquotation.
The scripture actually says, "The love of money is the root of all kinds of evil," meaning putting money above human values, above integrity, above love. But money itself is neutral. It is just a tool. It is like a hammer. You can use a hammer to build a house, or you can use it to hurt someone. The hammer does not care. Money simply amplifies what you already are. If you are a generous, kind person, having $1 million will allow you to be generous and kind on a massive scale. You can build schools, feed the hungry, and support your family. If you are a miserable, selfish person, money will just make you a wealthy, miserable, selfish person. So drop the guilt. You are meant to be abundant. Nature is abundant. Look at the trees. They do not worry about growing leaves. They just grow. You are the highest form of creation on this planet. You are designed to create, to expand, and to grow. Poverty is a mental disease that restricts your growth. Wealth is the freedom to be who you truly are. Another critical aspect Bob Proctor emphasized was the law of compensation. This law states that the amount of money you earn will always be an exact ratio to 3 things. 1, the need for what you do. 2, your ability to do it. And 3, the difficulty in replacing you. If you want to become wealthy, you do not focus on getting money. You focus on providing service. Money is simply the reward for service rendered. The more value you provide to other people, the more money must flow to you. It is law. So during these 30 days, ask yourself, how can I serve more? How can I become better at what I do? How can I become irreplaceable? When you shift your focus from what can I get to what can I give, the floodgates open. This is the paradox of wealth. To keep it, you must circulate it. You cannot hoard your way to riches. You must be willing to let money flow out so that it can flow back in, multiplied. Now, I want to give you a practical example of how to apply this in a very difficult situation. Let us say you are completely broke. You have $0. You open your fridge and there is almost nothing there. The natural human reaction is panic. Your heart races, you call a friend and complain, you sit on the couch and worry. This is the old paradigm. In the 30-day challenge, here is what you do instead. You look at the empty fridge and you refuse to let the image impress your mind. You acknowledge it, yes, it is empty, but you immediately switch your screen. You close your eyes and visualize that fridge full of the best food. You feel the gratitude for the food that is coming. You sit down and write on your card, "I am so happy and grateful that my needs are always met." Then you take action. You do not just sit there. You ask for guidance. You ask, what can I do today to create value? Maybe you clean out your garage and sell some old items. Maybe you offer to wash a neighbor's car. You move into action with a positive expectation. The difference is the energy. Action taken in fear produces more problems. Action taken in faith produces miracles. There is a concept called the vacuum law of prosperity. Nature abhors a vacuum. If you want new clothes, give away your old ones. If you want new ideas, clean off your desk. You have to make space for the good that you desire. Bob Proctor was a master at this. He would wear his best suit even when he had no money because he was dressing for the person he intended to become. He walked like a rich man, talked like a rich man, and worked like a rich man long before the bank caught up.
He was following the biblical instruction to call those things which be not as though they were. This is the essence of faith. Faith is not hoping that something will happen. Faith is knowing that it is already done in the spiritual realm and is just waiting to manifest in the physical realm.
One of the biggest obstacles you will face in these 30 days is the people around you. They will tell you to be realistic. They will say, come on, get your head out of the clouds. But I want you to remember this. Realistic people do not change the world. The Wright brothers were not being realistic when they thought humans could fly. Thomas Edison was not being realistic when he thought he could capture light in a bulb. Being realistic is the fastest road to mediocrity. You need to be unrealistic. You need to have an illogical belief in your own potential. When someone tells you to be realistic, just smile and walk away. They are speaking from their paradigm, not yours. Do not argue with them. You cannot explain color to a person who is determined to be blind. Just show them the results later. Let us talk about the specific technique of autosuggestion. This was a term popularized by Napoleon Hill, whom Bob Proctor studied religiously. Autosuggestion is the agency of control through which an individual may voluntarily feed his subconscious mind on thoughts of a creative nature. It is self-suggestion. You are essentially brainwashing yourself. And before you recoil at that word, realize that you are already brainwashed. You have been brainwashed by society, by advertising, and by your past limitations. Why not choose to brainwash yourself with thoughts that empower you? Why not wash your brain clean of the dirt of poverty and fill it with the gold of prosperity? The card we talked about earlier is your tool for autosuggestion. When you read it aloud, you hear your own voice. Your subconscious mind trusts your voice more than anyone else's. When you hear yourself saying, I am wealthy, I am abundant, money comes to me easily and frequently, your subconscious eventually stops fighting and accepts it as a new instruction.